quiet on the set."
With an encouraging smile for my best friend, Dana Dashel, I stepped away from the crowd of makeup artists, hairdressers, lighting and sound crew, and camera operators for a spot on the sidelines. Dana and I had been friends since middle school, when I'd been the gangly new kid with a unique sense of fashion, and she'd been the hot strawberry blonde who'd developed early. Boys had found her irresistible then, making her an instant center of attention, and not a whole lot had changed since. Luckily, I'd outgrown the gangly thing, and my uniqueness had turned into a career as fashion designer. But Dana had an uncanny ability to command attention, a skill she'd put to good use becoming a film and TV actress. Currently, she was playing Pixnetta, the elf princess, in the big-budget medieval fantasy movie, Lord of the Throne. Being that I'd read the Lord of the Throne series by J.R. Ravensberg at least 3 times, it was a no-brainer that I accepted Dana's offer of a girls' weekend on the set in Canada, where the producers were taking advantage of the natural forest setting and non-union labor. The process was fascinating, if a little repetitive. Who knew there were so many ways to deliver a single line? And, apparently, none of them so far had been to the liking of the temperamental director, Jasper Frost. Thanks to his frequent tantrums, I'd seen a lot of stops and starts, a few curse words, and a partial genuflection by a lowly gaffer in just the first 2 hours of filming. I wasn't sure I'd have the patience or the stomach for this job, but Dana seemed to take it all in stride.
"Places!"
The actors moved to their spots, and Dana returned my smile as she stepped toward an ornate, gilt-edged chair beside the castle walls. If she was nervous, it didn't show in the least. She looked like a consummate professional, despite the fact this was the biggest role of her career to date, which made me nervous for her. My everyday life wasn't quite Hollywood exciting, more like slightly organized chaos, consisting of twin preschoolers, Max and Livy, one husband in law enforcement, Reed always working odd hours, and my own line of women's shoes called High Heels Seduction. My love affair with heels having developed in high school when I'd stopped growing at a whopping 5 foot 1 3/4 inch tall. And yes, the 3/4 were important to note. While I loved all of the above, my days were generally filled with much more mundane stuff than elves, dragons, swarfs, and bobbits. Lord of the Throne, Scene 67, Take 12. Mark.
Speed. And action.
Dana sat outside her castle, a golden chalice in her hands as she eyed the evil Prince de Moy chopping wood, shirtless, of course, in the courtyard. She radiated elf Princess Pixnetta royalty in her sparkling emerald costume. Behind her loomed her co-star, Aaliyah Alter, wearing a long black wig, a tight black dress, black robes, and a sneer on her face. Clearly a villain in the scene.